Here we are, live, good people. And I couldn't even get in here for 2 seconds. And the first thing we have is an ignorant question. I swear, I don't be making this up, man. Somebody said, as soon as I walked in the door, they couldn't even waste any time. They said, how could I break silence on something that has nothing to do with me? Oh my God. If I'm breaking silence on something, that means I haven't responded to it, have not responded to anything whatsoever. And now I'm responding to it finally. Started 2 weeks ago. And I was like, do I want to say something? I don't think I should. So I'll wait till this thing plays out. Then I'll give my thoughts. But you tuned in to hear what I had to say, but would leave a comment that says, how can I break silence on something I have nothing to do with? But you tuned in to hear me break my silence on something I have nothing to do with. Sometimes we have to think before we type. What's up, Guru Roach? I see you. Now, we're going to get to the gist of this because this is one of those situations that I feel needs to be addressed and addressed in the right format. Yes, Corey Holcomb is from Chicago. We don't know each other. We grew up around the same area, but different times. I've seen him, heard of him as a comedian, but I don't think I've seen him perform live. In Chicago, that's like a complete date night going to a comedy club. We do that. Now, yeah, it's been a minute, T. Rayleigh. Because people don't know, me and this blind snapping turtle, Boyce Watkins, have had words about 2 years ago. And then I never mentioned him again. Like I told you, I don't need to destroy you, blind snapping turtle. There's too much material on you. Now, this just explains everything that he does. For people that don't know what happened, Corey Holcomb was responding to something that had nothing to do, Eric Owens, nothing to do with Dr. Boyce Watkins. Dr. Boyce Watkins decided to go in the the comment section that says, I met him, I never liked him. Which made Corey Holcomb respond on his show, 5150. He wasn't speaking about Dr. Boyce Watkins, wasn't speaking about his wife. He was not the subject of conversation when he spoke. He chose himself to get involved and open his mouth. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. For everybody who wants to getting, donate to the Cash App. It's Karceno, Karceno. Yeah, I'll put that on there. Appreciate it. Now, here's the thing. This is what he wanted to happen in the first place. That's all he wanted was the publicity. He went at Kwame Brown the same exact way. And I had to point him out. He wanted Corey to mention him on the show. He was hoping Corey would mention him so he can have something to talk about so that his numbers can go back up. This is why I don't go out on the 4th. That's why I don't go out on the 4th. Now, things got interesting, right? And you might say, well, how did they get interesting? So, yeah, it sounds like that over everywhere. And then you ain't going to be able to tell. There's 3 days I don't deal with. New Year's, Halloween, 4th of July. Them the 3 days you get people. Here in the shop, we know. Those are those days you better be on alert. Now, back to this subject. Boyce Watkins does this all the time. He creates the situation, then acts like he's the victim because they'll be the first to make a video on it. But meanwhile, he started it in the comment section. He started it saying something slick. And he played as if he's this super intelligent human being. His knowledge is so great. He's so vast. He has a doctorate in finance, but never practiced it. But yet, will give you financial advice and con you out of your money. I want to see where this is coming from, so I can go and ask somebody else. Because we don't do that over here. This ain't the hood. Yeah, they on the phone with the police. You see? I'm gonna tell you, people don't like that around here. You better take that activity somewhere else. Somebody out there with the phone in their hand, like, you better get your ass over here right now. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, see, Corey give him the business. But this fool talking about black women all the time. Like, this is what kills me. He wanted to tell you what's right. He's so intelligent. He's so smart. Right? But he wants to tell you what it is you need to be doing and what he wasn't doing. This is the same person that was accused of sexual harassment in his own workplace. Was he not? Did the women not come on YouTube and say how he was groping them inappropriately and doing all this? That's the same blind snapping turtle. This the same blind snapping turtle who's supposed to be a business tycoon, this finance guy. But was taking money from a Chinese man the whole time, talking about black power and black independence. Don't trust the white man, but let's run behind China man. What was the guy named? Stephen Wynn or something? It's been about 2 years. All this is documented online. You took money from him. He did an interview calling you all kind of, well, I did business with him because I needed chocolate face who can go and get his people. And he's a good worker. He's a good servant. And I use him to bring my people to my program. So you was in there promoting somebody else's program. So it didn't matter about anything in the world about all that black power. As long as they got the green, you ready to sell somebody out. Hit the like button, good people. Yeah, we just finna open up on this dude. On Boyce Watkins over here. Boy, you're moist. Everything about you is moist. No alpha male should ever listen to you, beta male ass man. Nobody cares about your wife. Okay? First of all, I'm not saying she's an unattractive woman at all. I'm not saying that at all. You could make her the queen of the earth. That's your queen. You married her, and that's how you feel about your wife. That's absolutely fine. But to sit there and try to make it look like every man in America really wish they had your wife. Based off what? We don't feel like that. I mean, no offense. This man used to preach that black men should not marry or date women with children. Then he married a woman that had 3. See, Boyce, I know about you. I know the kids don't really like you. I know about the fights in the house. You might not think I know, but I know. You try to run military discipline on her children. And then they go call their daddy. And then the daddy call you. And then everybody start having a conversation about how things are going on in the household. You said you've been liking this woman for 30 years and she wouldn't even date you. Don't you think she know you've been liking her for 30 years? I had the same scenario happen to me. 2 women was liking me the whole time for over 30 years, but never said anything. Knew I had, one of them knew I was interested in them. The other one, it didn't really matter to me, whatever. But one of them knew that I wanted to, like her parents, everybody knew, like, man, he looked like this girl. But when she didn't, like, she was like chasing diamonds and glitter, and I was like, all right, well, you do your thing. That interest was gone. Because that showed me right there. I'm like, oh, you not what I thought you was. If you're going to get blinded by something that sparkle, oh, no, I can't. You ain't got, no. You ain't on the wavelength I thought you was. You can go. That's gone. So now, 30 years later, you done went around the track and realized, damn, I tried to hook him, but I couldn't keep him on the hook. They treated me just like any old other girl. Hey, what happened to that guy that used to like me 20-something years ago? Let me go sashay back over there. Start talking to him again. And we communicate, but my mind was already made up 20, 30 some odd years ago. Once you show me who you are, I believe you. I see it. So now you can't come on sashaying back trying to play this role, because now you got all these years and then you got this baggage with you. You can't play that game with me. You Boyce, decided in your infinite wisdom, and I did say infinite, in his infinite wisdom, to go ahead and fall for the honey. She came back sashaying, hey, and started, you couldn't wait to date her. Oh, she's back. This is my bestie. If she didn't want you 20-some years ago, she don't really want you now. Your proposal told everybody everything. You like, this is black love. You know what this idiot actually said to the world? This idiot said, we are jealous. See, this is what I'm talking about. Black man ain't used to showing black love. The white man loves to see the clown. And this ain't about the white man. This is black man to black man. The white man ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't try to bring the white man into the situation when this is a black man to black man conversation. As another black man talking to you, Corey Holcomb was trying to talk to you as another black man to a black man. But he's a black man that came from the streets, has a different mentality than you. But you know what? He has dropped more gems and more knowledge that other everyday walk of life people could actually use. Because what he says 9 times out of 10 is actually factually true. It's just not, people just don't say it in public. They guard it, but they think it. But you one of them fake cotton candy ass preachers with the fake preacher wife. We've seen this show before that lead black men to nowhere, black people to nowhere, but financial ruins. Name me some black people that then made money because of the advice, the guidance of the financial doctor, Boyce Watkins, a man who has his doctorate, but doesn't practice it. And other people that are in finance knows that you don't know what the hell you talking about just by listening to you talk about finance. They go, I would never say that. Nobody would say that. Why would you say something like that? Doesn't make sense. And a person who listens to people talk all the time. Look at Nick Jailers from the Robert Taylors. Exactly. Like I said, we from the same area, just different times. I'm from 4101. That building don't exist no more. They tore it all down. That they called the one. It was 4101, 4037, and 4022, all by each other. Who did these numbers? I have no idea. But it's all messed up because 4037 is right next to 4101, and 4022 is off to the side. We from over there, right by Hardikin School. That's where I went to school. So Boyce Watkins decided in his infinite wisdom to go down this road. But then he loves to blame black men, right? He loves to go at black men. He loves to attack black men and say what black men ain't doing. Y'all just mad because a woman, y'all don't know, because I love this woman for 30 years and she knew me before I had to die. That's what he actually said. He don't know how stupid that statement is. But he's a such the man of, because he put doctor in front of his name. That means he's intelligent. And he's the kind of dude that says the N-word all the time. He slip up and get out of character. Sometimes when you catch him too, he'd be like, yeah, the mother, those children, those mother, man, I want to F them up. I'm going to hit him in his mother. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can tell this dude is phony. He slip up every now and then. He get mad and start flipping out, and then he start turning into who he really is. Yeah, check his browser history. They'll be leading that boy out in cuffs. Browser history. Tig Obedience, volume 1 through 7. Check that man browser history. I guarantee you, he got a whole bunch of them on there. She gonna be like, what is this? It's gonna be the 300-pound battle royal. He done paid for that, $5.99. See these 300-pound women wrestling bud. $5.99. Oh, get it. Get it. Get it, you dirty, nasty mother. They gonna shoot me, doctor. What are you doing? Oh, I'm saying, look how savage this is. Someone sent me this. It's outrageous. Outrageous. Outrageously good. Peter Muffy. Peter Muffy. Yes. Man, but he don't know how stupid that sounds. Y'all married, I married a woman who knew me before I even had any money. Stupid man. Stupid little blind snapping turtle you. If, when you didn't, just because she knew you when you didn't have any money, she didn't date you until you had money. Mr. Doctor, I don't need a textbook. I don't need a certificate to tell me how stupid that sounds. You want me to commend a woman for marrying you because she knew you when you didn't have any money, but she didn't give your ass none when you didn't have any. She didn't give you none till you got some money. You was the last. You see, when you got on one knee, how she was like, she's thinking this is the end of my life. This is where it's gonna end, but let me play my role. Oh, this man's gonna take care of me and my 3 kids. While the baby daddy's like, you know that sucker, Boyce Watkins? She probably still drop it like it's hot for him. He over there less the diamond in you, boy. You are all the way fool. Then they try to front like a power couple. Yeah, I'm telling you, these people play themselves all the time, and they try to use these people there. She was flirting with Willie D at the wedding. She showed more affection to Willie D than she did her own husband. You see how she's looking at Willie D? Willie D, I don't know how they be roping Willie D into these situations. Willie D is one of them pro-black guys, so he get caught in the mix when he hear other people talking pro-black and just be on board. Man, I love when another black man says something like that. Dr. Boyce Watkins, all right with me, because I agree. He'll say one thing to get you on the hook, and then you forget about the other 15,000 things he done did, all the criminal activity, missing funds, brothers stealing money, all this kind of activity that's been going on with him that people seem to ignore. I don't ignore it. I just choose not to give him what he wants, because what he really wants is your attention. That's it. He wanted to get mentioned. Now, he ain't going to respond to my video no more because he know that blind snapping turtle, he responded one time and got his head put on a platter. So he knew 2 years ago, oh, I don't know this man. They thought I was piling on because of Kwame Brown. I'm like, no, I know this dude is a hypocritical idiot. His wife made a video saying that black women need to date a thug. Did your wife make that video, Mr. Boyce? Boyce Watkins? Now y'all trying to do this, my doctor, trying to call her a doctor now. Well, she got a doctor in hoology? Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, this woman came out and made a video saying that black women should be dating a thug. They should date thugs. So you know what she's dated in her life. Mama love them thugs. She don't want them L7s. But now the thugs said you done got too old for the game. Can't dance in the strip club when you're 40. So now what you gonna do? She got to go back to her last meal ticket. This dude gonna tell Corey Holcomb, man, you think a white man don't want this? Like she ain't got no options? You think a white man don't like them curves and that big old black butt? I'm like, is that what your wife is to you? A bunch of curves and a big old black butt. And why did you go to white man? He didn't say black man. He didn't say any man. He said white man. See, I listen to what people say. Again, a black man talking to another black man, incorporating white men in the conversation, tells you about them. Why do you keep always bringing a white man into a conversation that's involving a black man and another black man, a supposed black man? Those are the people that invoke bringing white people into their conversations. It's because that's what they're subservient to. They look at white men as the upper echelon in their own mind. So they're subservient to their ways. So if you do something, you be like, see, this is why white people right now say this about you because this. It's a black man talking to another black man. Do you think Corey Holcomb worry about how a white man feel about him? No. Do you think I sit around here worried about what the white man think about me? No. You see, alpha men move in a different energy. So people address you, Boyce. They're addressing you. You're supposed to be a black man. So they're approaching you and they're basically talking to you as a black man, period. I'm addressing Boyce Watkins. Corey was nice. He went light on you. He really did. He really went light on you. I don't. I'll finish you and get you out of there. He went light because he really like, who this? The doctor? Who is this dude? He boring. You're boring. You are absolutely boring. Now, all the people you made money, all the people you scammed out of money. Let's go into Boyce Watkins, right? He's the expert man. He's the man that knows all. Robert Taylor, stand up. Oh, yes. Let's take a look at the intelligent, the man with all the answers.
Watkins.
Here he goes. Look at him, sharp.
What's happening, black people?
Let's listen to him.
I am super excited.
He's super excited to be here. Let's listen to the intelligence of the doctor of finances. Put this in your journal.
To be here in Zamunda, Wakanda. There you go, the real Wakanda. This was not built by Disney. This was built by black people. I mean, tell me, you can't help but to be extremely proud of what you're seeing today. I'm impressed. I'm excited. You know, I feel better. Being here heightens my self-esteem. Being around, just so many people that believe in the future. See, we as black people, we're not actually doing anything that's all that new. We're just doing what we're used to doing. This is.
What is he talking about? Nothing he's saying is making any sense. We're just doing what we used to be doing. This is inspiring me. What? No, that bank check they gave you and paid you to speak. He's supposed to be an investor in this fund. Ladies and gentlemen, he's supposed to be an investor in this Tulsa real estate fund. Let's go back and look at old Boyce.
This is the way we're supposed to be. This is our natural state of existence. This is a special time. This is history. And this is our opportunity to do all the things that we're going to brag about when we're all old and gray and gathering in the same spot 40 years from now. Remembering back when we were young and fly and sharp and everything else. And we're going to be like, see all these billions that's out here, young people, we built all of this. We did all of this. And it started back in 2018, back a long time ago. So
this is what a man who has a doctorate in finance is saying. He's not talking about finance at all. This is a con man, ladies and gentlemen. In my opinion, he's a con man. He spoke nothing of financial language. He's not even speaking the language of finance while he's up there. He's up there talking like a black preacher man. Man, we're going to look back 40 years from now and we're going to say, yeah, we did this because we black. Yep, we black. We got all these billions. We did it. It started right here with this whole real estate fund. Talking in a bunch of circles, just saying a bunch of nothing. That's what he's saying. Mm-hmm. Now, let's take a look at this. Because I want to be very, very clear. Because the NFL's player union got involved. Yep. Old Boyce. You got caught again, didn't you? Oh, hit the like button for this. Because we need to talk about it. Let me blow this up so y'all can see it. The NFL Players Association. This is this is called vetting something. Okay? They vetted it. And this says subject, investment alert. I want to make sure everyone can see this at home. If you're on your phone, I want you to see you saw Dr. Boyce sitting right there on that stage talking about we gonna be black billionaires 40 years from now. We gonna have all these billions, and they gonna say, man, it started wild here. He got on stage boasting and bragging about the Tulsa real estate fund because they paid this fool to come in there and speak. And he's supposed to be an investor. He got all these people to invest his money, right? Let's go take a look into this. Come on, Boyce. If you in the comment section, you can put this in your journal. Look, alert. Tulsa Real Estate Fund, LLC. An NFL contract advisor recently requested that the NFLPA review the business background of a business known as the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, LLC. Our limited investigation revealed the following findings that we are passing along for informational purposes. Limited investigation. This is what they found in a limited investigation. That means they didn't do a full out investigation. They did a limited, and this is what they found in the limited version. The Tulsa Real Estate Fund, LLC, TREF, is actively soliciting investors. The fund is registered in Georgia, IRS number ID 81-5055-009er. And they got the whole thing right here, right? It lists Mr. J. Morrison as the CEO and Mr. Tosin Odewale as the Vice President of Business Development, right? It says real estate mogul Jay Morrison raises $9.6 million in the first 7 days of historic IPO. A first African-owned real estate crowdfund. And that release describes its investment purpose and goals outlined in several reasons why investors may consider investing with the fund. They put this out, right? Then they said all these things that they're associated with the J. Morrison Academy, LLC. JMA purports to provide real estate and financial education to assist in wealth building, particularly for urban use. JMA is registered in New Jersey and Georgia. In connection with JMA, Mr. Morrison has indicated on social media and in interviews that he has dozens of NFL players as clients. Item 1, Mr. Morrison's criminal history. Jermaine Dyson Morrison. Mr. Morrison has acknowledged that he was a drug dealer for 7 years in his youth and was incarcerated on multiple occasions as a result. Mr. Morrison contends he has not sold drugs since 2004. I'm quite sure people invested in this would like to, be glad that Mr. Morrison isn't, doing drugs anymore. Right? But this continues. Let's go to item number 2. Item number 2. Mr. Morrison in 2016, 2 years prior to 2018, when they were launching this thing, filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy on 12/5/2016 in New Jersey. Nothing less, Mr. Morrison notes that he is a successful real estate developer, celebrity realtor, author, TV personality, entrepreneur, and social activist. Mr. Odewale, if I'm mispronouncing it, sorry. His criminal history. His name Olatusen Olamaye Odewale. In 2007, Mr. Odewale was arrested in Illinois on several counts, including attempted terroristic threats, illegal possession of a firearm, theft, and computer fraud. Mr. Odewale was either convicted or pleaded guilty to each of the above referenced counts. However, the conviction of an attempted terrorist threat was overturned on an appeal. 4. Risk disclosures. In connection with soliciting of investors, TREF filed a precipice of offering circular and security exchange for their commissions. The offering provides an overview of TREF's business along with some of the associate risk factors. TREF has not commenced operations as of the filing of the offering circular of December 22, 2017. The risk factors identified includes we are emerging growth company with a limited operating history. Subscribers may have limited control in our company with limited voting rights. The managing members will manage the day-to-day operations of the company. We have not conducted any revenue generating activities and as such not generated any revenue since inception. Our offering price is arbitrary and does not reflect book value of our Class A interests. That's very telling, good people. So, when you pull these receipts up, and you see Dr. Boyce was behind it, and you see everybody start sending out alerts about this so-called company and seeing all the people that's involved in it, do you know what started that investigation? Them trying to recruit NFL players to get involved in this IPO. Oh, this black-owned IPO. So now, all the millions that was supposedly dumped into the black IPO, where did it go? Money gone. Nobody know where it is. And they looking at Jay Morrison like, Jay, where the money? Now, I root for street dudes. I want to see the street guy that go from the criminal life and make the transition. I like to see that. I like to see that. But I don't want to see innocent people get scammed. Innocent black people who take their hard-earned money and hoping and dreaming of unity get played by people that's playing the black card and using you as the gas just to swindle you out your money. See, Corey didn't do this to you, Boyce. Now, do you hear Dr. Boyce talk about Tulsa anymore? I haven't. I haven't heard him speak on the Tulsa thing at all. What are you gonna say? I ain't had nothing to do with that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Tell him, Boyce. Tell him in your infinite wisdom. Come on, Boyce. You can do it, brother. Tell him what went down. What happened to these people's money? The NFL did a limited search. That was a limited review. That's called vetting. They don't just get involved. The players' union is going to look into what's going on to make sure it's legit. You just can't swindle players like that anymore, especially when they connected to the union. And they going to ask their union rep, hey, can you look into this company? Then they send out a wire to all the other players like, hey, look out. This is what y'all getting involved in. This is the type of people y'all dealing with. They trying to protect their investment. Look at that. Go to bed. Now I know where it's coming from. So I need to know which house it is. So I go over there and have a talk to them. I might go over there tonight. Turn to my grandfather. Go to bed. Cut that out. Yeah, man, making all that noise. You got to understand that being finessed by these people is a common thing because we want to root for anybody black. But you have to be careful with dealing with people that's black. You be ripped off more about people that's black than people that's white. Because mostly people that's white don't even care about you enough to want to just rip you off. Mm-mm. People got to understand that there's so many different ways of dealing with someone. Boyce Watkins has provided all this information, and when Dr. Boyce Watkins did what he did and starts telling you all of the details that are going along with, all of the things that are laid out before him. Like, he tells you things you already know. Corporations are buying up houses in black neighborhoods. Really? Wow. This is amazing. Well, Mr. Black Finance Man, what have you done in finance besides get black people and rip them off, con them? What have you done? You get paid to do speeches. For what? What have you done in finance? You haven't even practiced it. Anybody could go get a doctorate. But if you don't use that doctorate for something, what is it good for? You use that doctorate to promote, I have a doctorate in finance and I've started an academy. You started an academy. Could I use the Dr. Boyce Watkins Academy? The Black Business School. That's what he calls it. Okay, can I put down, they was like, where did you get your education from? The Black Business School. The what? How many people were employed going to the Black Business School as a reference, saying I graduated from the Black Business School? Stop playing with intelligent people. Like, people who are smart know not to even get involved with anyone like yourself. You're only somebody who is used. The fact that you were able to make it on the Breakfast Club 6 years ago is a near miracle. Now, people have all backed away from you. Charlemagne used to be right by your side, thinking, man, this brother know what he talking about. Back 6-some years ago, when you were at your height, and people start seeing this dude is full of, man, we need to step back. Because I don't think he know what he talking about. And say the government will not save black wealth. We will. You're going to save black wealth? What is black wealth? Do you even know? You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about when dealing with people such as yourself. If you love your wife, that's great. But do your wife love you? Can you say that? When the money start dipping, or before the money start dipping, after she put all them years in, that's why you trying to make her a star. You trying to make her get a bag because you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. That's why you trying to get the bag now and help her blow up, because the writing's on the wall. That woman is going to be gone. You got to keep some money coming in for her. If you don't keep that money coming in, guess what? You're out. She gonna get in there and realize you don't have Mr. Financial Literacy guy, that you really don't have what you thought you had. Now, I don't watch other people's pockets and do all this and that, but financial literacy guy. Okay. We're just gonna leave it at that. She know now a little bit more than everybody else. He's worth $3 or $4 million. To who? Who says that? I guarantee you, he don't know what in the world he's talking about. No. Mm-hmm. I know that blind snapping turtle put a headbutt on me, man. Damn. Look at him, old turtley in his turtle shells. But that's him. A hired speaker. Supposed to be an investor, right? A doctorate of finance. I give people suggestions financially. Mm-mm. Have I seen him dance? Unfortunately, yes. Is that Dom? What's up, Dom? Happy holidays, brother. I saw y'all at Bean's celebrating Bean's birthday. Now, see, Dom is somebody who went to school, got his doctorate for real, and is going to use his practice. He's going to actually practice with his document, his information. He's going to put his document to use. Oh, Dr. Boyce Watkins, all he does is sit there and tell you about finance. I suggest financial decisions. That's it. Because you can never sit there and say in 40 years, this is going to be this. You don't know what that thing's going to do in 40 years. Anybody who knows finance will tell you, you don't know what's going to happen in the next 5. I don't know what happened to her. She's twisted in the wind, I guess. You retired from the Navy already? No. 20 years and you want out already? I would try to milk it and go as high as I could. Oh, you remember when Dr. Boyce, Watkins, and the Chinese man? You remember that? That Asian guy? What's his name? Stephen Wynn or something? I know he said that. He was like, y'all mad. A woman that wanted who knew me when I didn't have nothing, but she wasn't with you when you didn't have nothing. That should tell you something. If she wasn't with you when you had no money, and she with you now when you got money, what changed? You got some money, and you taking care of her kids who don't want you. But he always shaming black men for something. He talks about topics that are what they would call hot takes. The Hollywood slave trap. Black men are refusing to take care of black women. You hear this? You know, these are hot takes. How about the truth take? More black men are refusing to take care of black women because most black women today don't want to be taken care of by black men. Have you ever thought about that, doctor? Has that ever crossed your mind? Has that ever crossed your mind that it takes two to tango? But this man has a doctorate. I didn't need a doctorate to tell me that you was a complete idiot. You're a hired gun. If I cut a check tomorrow, Dr. Boyce Watkins will be right here giving a speech. I'll be in Bring It On today. We have Dr. Boyce Watkins. Thank you for having me on your show. You know, I look at you as a blind snapping turtle who provides absolutely nothing to the Black community, saying a whole bunch of things other people know, popular subjects. I never see you address the white condition. You always target Black men and chastise and come down on them, but never go over the conditions that put Black men in the situation that hinders us to this day. Meanwhile, you go run to an Asian man who was once again misusing funds and using Black people. You coming in there generating funds to sign up for this doggone Chinese man package because he was giving you money. And every aspect is somebody else giving you the money. You're not creating the money. So how are you using your financial literacy, sir, if you're not creating the money? What are you doing to create it? Swindling Black people out of their money. Yeah, the return of the blind snapping turtle. He's back again. Right, but they want to shame Black men to get Black men angry to come at him because it gives him what he really wants in life, attention. Then he's going to say, I read a book about economics. What have you applied from this book of economics? You get your money by going on social media, bashing Black men. You swindle people into believing that you are this financial genius, and you're not. And once people start to look into you, this is where you fell off in 6 years. And with the Tulsa situation, they really parted ways with you. Because now you were going at that 1% with that IPO, and they're looking into it as what it was, a money grab. Now let's get back to you being a step baby daddy. So you got to look out for these step baby daddies. See, she came in with 3 and a possible. She was playing spades for real. I got 3. She went out for the 30 years you've been chasing this woman. She comes back in 30 years with 3 kids from a dude that don't want to be with her no more. So if she got 3 kids, if they got the same baby daddy, hopefully they do, there was some reason that didn't work out. That whole proposal shows you everything you needed to know. First, who proposed to somebody and don't have their people around them? They don't have any friends. They don't have any family around them. You don't even have her kids there for this moment. You see, this is how you know this is a whole different situation, Boyce. You propose to somebody and don't even have your family, her family, nobody's blessing. You just gone and propose on a doggone biker short with fanny pack running. We finna fanny pack run. Oh, let's stop right here for a minute. This is where we first met. You think she remembered that? She was looking like it is. She don't even remember that. But you holding on to it because that was a moment for you. Yeah, that was a moment for the blind snapping turtle. Yep, that's what we talking about, LB. Right. So now you propose to this woman. You got a random guy holding the camera phone. You don't have, where are your friends? Dr. Boyce? Where were they at? You had to pay Willie D to be in your wedding. You had to pay Willie. Willie had to be paid to be there. Black men are not in control of broadcasting. We're not in control of any of these things that you're seeing right now. Black men are not in control of any entertainment field. We have no control of any of the top. Viacom decides what kind of programming that goes on television. We have no control of our educational system, anything in this world that has something to do with the mass majority, we are not in control of. So how would black men be the blame for what's going on with black women, what's going on in society, what's going on in the community? How come we can be all the blame when we're not even in control? So if we're not in control, how are we the problem? You see, but they make their money by just attacking black men. The reason why black men are acting all docile and when you see them with Jalen Green now and doing all that is because they're programmed. These things are called television programs. These things are suggestive to them, what they're watching, their imagery from what they're watching from a child on up. This is why there were guidelines on what kids could watch on TV. Now, could you let your kids watch Disney? They got they're exposed to a lot of suggestive sexuality things at a very young age from kindergarten now. Kindergarten, 5-year-olds are seeing this. When you look at women and entertainment now, black women are twerking, wearing no clothes. You see them at the award show, all they do is they ain't even singing no more. They clapping with their butt. No, not showing any talent, not showing anything, not showing any type of class. I've seen beautiful women before. They didn't have to be butt naked to be beautiful. They were just beautiful. Now we act more like savages, just horn dogs in the street, than actual professionals, just actually men doing your everyday walk of life, taking care of your children, taking care of your wives, your responsibility. I had to make sacrifices because I wasn't going to settle. Plenty of women wanted me to be their bailout plan. Like, you can have me now. I'll be like, what am I getting from you? If all you could provide me is sex and you can cook and clean when you feel like it, I already know the trap. You're going to try to cater to my ego till I'm with you. Then you're going to pull the bait and switch. You in the door now. Now you live here. Now you want changes. This has got to happen. That's got to happen. And we going to do this. And I want to put this here. Now you got your own place for that. I hang up in my house what I want to hang up. Ask any man that's married here. Do they decorate their house? They ain't allowed to put a picture up no damn way. Big mama can't go there. We'll find someplace for Big mama. No, that's the wife's house. You can have a room. You got the basement or the garage. Which one you want? And that's it. That's your safe haven. And you sacrifice that house. Like, you can have it. He didn't attack black men. That's all he does. Have you ever seen Boyce Watkins talk? It's black men need to do this. Why black women outperform black men? Why black men must learn to do this? Why black men must learn to do that? Well, let's see why black men are behind the 8 ball. Why black men can't have this? Well, they closed down all the schools for black men to go. Black men got no recreation to go to. They have no learning centers to go to. They take away STEM programs. They don't put them in the neighborhood. So what is a black young man to do? Hang around in the streets, get involved in gangs, and do crime. That's what they're going to run into first. Before they run into somebody trying to help them, they already going to be in an Audi home or have a criminal history. And they're growing up in a society where they uncles, you can't blame the kid. Their uncle probably was in a gang. Their daddy probably in a gang. Their mama was banging. They grew up in the same thing. This is what was going on in their hood because there's nothing there. There's no jobs, no opportunities. The people that live in those neighborhoods, they got to take 2 trains and 2 buses to come out where I am, where I live, just to work. They got to take, and the buses run on a clock. So they got to wait around 2 more hours for the bus to come back, get on that bus, go take another bus, take the Skokie Swift, get to the red line, and go all the way back. So imagine getting off work, and it's going to take you 2 to 3 hours to get back home. And you didn't work 10 hours. So you doing this, going back and forth to work, your kid out in the hood, in the streets. You ain't going to be home for 10 to 13 hours. He know that. Kids figure out when their parents is coming through the door. You can't be with your kid 24/7. You just hope to teach them values. And it's people, black people in these conditions that's like that, that's still teaching values in their household. But those are the exception to the rule. The rule is you take away their environment, you take away the things that make people into productive citizens, you take that away from them, and then watch what they do. It's not a color thing. That happened look at Hammond, Indiana. There's more white people in Hammond, Indiana than brothers. And them white people are some of the roughest white people in America. Look at Minnesota. Some of the roughest white people in America. You ain't gonna come at them. Hey, look, white boy, they'll tear your skin off your body. They like, look, we broke. Like, y'all poor white trash. No, we black, we white toxic waste. They don't care about us. We on welfare. We living on the county. They got baby mamas. They ain't got no. They in that system too. They over there too. Shoot, they part of the group. So it ain't a color thing. It's a condition thing. But he's not teaching you this. No one wants to talk about what the real truth is because it scares them. Because then it looks at, well, where's the real problem coming from then? Why don't we have those things in the community? Because they don't want them there. They don't teach economics in the Black community. They don't want you to know about economics. You in the Black community or the poverty-stricken communities are supposed to be workers. They want you with a worker mentality. So what they're doing is just creating an indentured servant. Right. I never look it down on somebody that had to sell drugs or because I know the conditions of what they came out of. I've seen more white people sell drugs than Black people. That's real talk. I've seen more white people sell drugs than Blacks in my lifetime. Not saying that's the norm, but I have. That's not what they want to promote. It's about conditions. Because you put anyone in that condition, the results are not going to be favorable. Right where I live now, if you took away, you could tell a flourishing neighborhood from a neighborhood that's not flourishing. Around me, in every four corners, is an educational code stemming. It's a place called Code Ninjas. They teach trading and coding to these kids. They have recreation centers. They have malls, so you can have social gathering. Many people fight in the streets because the only way they know each other is when they run into each other on different blocks or whatever, and it's conflict. Had they had a rec place where they can go play basketball, meeting ground, here they have recreation centers where the young people can go hang out, socialize. They have no social gathering place. So when these people meet for the first time, it's normally at a restaurant or something. They run into them and then they get violent for no reason. Then you got people in the community that live out there that's actually doing the work. They never highlight them. The news don't put them out there and say, hey, we out here doing this. They might do one thing. These people out there trying to help the community. All these ex-dudes that went to jail, they fought, gang banged, and they knew that this is an endless cycle. And they've been out there trying to change the society of what's going on with these young people. But the young people ain't listening because they feel they ain't got to. But yet they got all the state-of-the-art weapons. How did they get these weapons? When the gun laws are so strict, but they get all these state-of-the-art weapons. How they get an AK? Ain't no AKs made in Chicago. How they getting them? Hello? Hey, you been distant? Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I gotta end this line. All right. I'm gonna go end this live. Thank y'all for listening. We've had a very productive conversation. So definitely, continue on. All right, I'm out.